Quickly, James, do you want to talk about how you do your stunts and how you learned
Sure.
the best?
I was at home as a young boy watching these awesome gentlemen make Knight Rider happen. And this guy right here was my hero. He would drive Kit on 2 wheels, as well as jump him ramp to ramp jump, ramp to ground. Every time you saw a car on 2 wheels, driver's side up, it was Buzz Bundy. And he don't much like to talk in front of people, so I'm going to take that liberty for him. He did this stunt for James Bond right here in town, down the street, Diamonds Are Forever, drove the red Mustang through the alley. And I've played that back 1,000 times. I now drive cars on 2 wheels. I drove Kit, the Will It Make It car down there. I guess it would be car. It's got the silver bottom. We drove that on 2 wheels yesterday up on top of the parking garage and got some footage you'll see tonight on the screen up here at 7:30, I believe. I skied that around the parking garage. Buzz was there, and that was a great time. I've had the privilege of taking him in the car on 2 wheels with me in the past, and that's a privilege for me to sit here with my heroes. Paul Casey invited me, and I'm so happy to be here for his event and to help him with this, to ski Kit, and maybe we'll have a chance to do that down here in person. We'll see how the event goes, but there will be a video on the screen later tonight. So anyway, like I said, Buzz doesn't like to go on and on about stunts, but if you have any questions, he'll be wandering around here with us. And
just tell us how you had to prepare the car for ski.
A lot of cars don't need a whole lot. It depends on the suspension, and it depends on the carburation or the fuel injection. Tire pressure, yeah, some tires hold up better than others, some size wheels. The differentials have to be locked up. I think in Kit, basically lock the rear end up and you know, go from there. Buzz used a handle on the door to hold himself up so that when he's skiing the car, you're not laying down in the seat, you'll be able to see out well. And I used that same handle. He gave me his handles and his ramps. And I was showing him this morning, I have this sore spot on my arm, and I said, do you ever remember? Oh yeah, he said, I used to have them all the time, because when the car comes back down, you hit the door. And that's from yesterday skiing Kit right out here in the garage. So, thank you guys for coming out.
All right, thank you. Thank you to the panel for their time. I think we just wanted to make a couple of presentations, and then we will have a surprise guest, so stick around for 1 second. Dave Doggett, I think, has a special presentation you'd like to give.
Answer the audience if they have any questions.
Ron Martinez, I'd really like to thank you for your tireless effort on behalf of many charities the past couple of years. So he's no stranger to charities, and neither are any of the guys on the stage here. So I really appreciate Ron, and I wanted to present this model of the Super Pursuit mode for you with deep appreciation from Knights of the West Coast. God bless you. And Michael Chaffee, I'm so sorry that last year, when you were at Saugus helping us with Make-A-Wish, I wanted to give you this, but you were with Glenn and you had to get in this limo, so I just wanted to thank you with deep appreciation.
It's a huge honor to be here. You can imagine how amazing it is to see all these people, all these cars they built with their own effort, their own money, their own time. It is like a dream. It's the last thing I ever imagined when we built that first car 27 years ago. Thank you everyone for coming. And you know, this wouldn't be America if I didn't put in a shameless plug here. It's not even for something of my own. Nick Nugent put together a fantastic book on Knight Rider. If you're interested in it, I really recommend you getting one. Okay? Thank you, people.
Thank you, David, for your presentation. Awesome car. Yeah, George Barris, King of Customs, is here now. Say a few words.
Well, I got one thing to say before we start. Ron, he got taken away from his lunch, so I brought his lunch for you. We always think of him. He took care of me whenever we did the filming of that Knight Rider. And I got about 3 stories I'd like to tell you. Number 1 is that when Jack Gill would jump, the jumps were so high and extraordinary, whenever the kit came down on the nose, it would crash the nose. So finally Ron come to me and he says, boy, we're spending a lot of money on these nose pieces. What can you do? I said, don't tell Jack. I'm gonna put a rubber nose on the front end. Jack hits the air, comes back down, smashes the nose. We come up, I like that, Jack. He says, hey, it's great. We went over, pop, we pop it right out. We saved Ron another $2,500, so I mean, it's pretty good. That's one story. The leading story was when David Hasselhoff first came to film Knight Rider, we were on location. And as you know, David was a big film star in the soap, so he was a big star. He comes up and he sees the Knight Rider in front of my place. We all walk up and looks at it, and he looks at me and he says, George, am I going to play second fiddle to a car? I said, don't worry about it. As you well know, he became a star just like the Knight Rider. But let me tell you the last story. We built a pursuit car. That was the hardest car we ever built for any TV show. I've been a Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard, Batman, the Monkees, Beverly Hillbillies, Green Hornets, and Dukes, all those shows, but the Knight Rider was the #1 hard car. The pursuit car was a car that had to go of speeds of 150 miles an hour in the air with rockets. I had my dear colleague Dennis here. He had to maneuver how to put this car in the air with all the speeds of 150 miles an hour. That means everything had to actuate. Front end would not come out, back end come out, up come the back, rocket tubes, side panels. Now that was pretty good. We got that, and he was inside the car making everything move as we're watching him, and of course the director was filming everything. But the hardest part was, what happens when you're up there in the air at 150 miles an hour? How do you stop? So just like a jet aircraft, if you looked at a jet aircraft, whenever it come into the land, the wings would come up and cause air brakes. So Dennis got the top to come up, the hood to come up, the door panels to come out, the back end to come up to cause air brakes. Now all of this had to happen all at one time, not just because. So that was the hardest car that we ever had to do. Thanks to Dennis here. But the only problem we had with Dennis, he come from Australia. Now here's a talented guy from Australia. It took me 6 months and 7 days and 42 hours to understand the Australian language, to teach him how to speak English. Thanks to Dennis. And
one time, Dennis
we had
Braid.
fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one time for Mr. Ron Martinez, Dennis Braid, George Barris, Michael Chaffee, Michael Myers, Jim Wimberg, Buzz Bundy, James Smith. Let's hear for the guys. Now, if we could have the group just move back just a little bit to give us some room, we're going to bring these tables down and you can meet them. You got to move back at least 10 feet. He took time away from his wife. Here's...
Oh, it's fine. It's all completely fine. How are you guys doing today? Good. This is cool. I haven't... That's yours. That's your... Oh. That's cool. Oh, let's see if we got Decepticons on the side. That's cool. Good at see. Okay, I'll sign it. I won it. That's awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. This is so great. This is, like I know I said last night, this is as big a treat for me as it is for you guys, because I never actually got to sit in the original kit when I was a kid, and my wife did, and all my friends, because they've shown me pictures. So this is awesome. I want to go sit in all. Is that a DeLorean? That's my other favorite movie. I'm such a kid right now. It's so amazing. Wow. All right. Yeah, thank you guys. This is truly an honor to get to play this character. So thank you.
Justin's going to be over here for just a few minutes, and then he's going to sign a couple of pictures, and then he'll be down at the First Street stage, and he'll be sitting in one of our mystery guests, was the original kid from the TV show. So I'm going to have Justin come down here for a few minutes, and he'll take some photos and sign a few things. Don't go that way, you're not a stuntman. Jim did that and he almost fell. One time, Mr. Justin Brewing, please.